Let's have a look now at the second leg of the quaddy. It's the Festival Stakes over the 1,500 metres. And, well, Chris Waller, I mean, he's tinkering around, isn't he, with Japona's May and Good Project, former Group 1 winners, mind you. And then there's Waterhouse and Bot again with Kibita Devaka, just firing on all cylinders. And then Moa, how are we weighing this horse up? He just went from 0 to hero with that win down at Flemington after some really, well, dodgy fresh runs, let's say.
It was very dodgy fresh runs, wasn't it? The form, massive turnaround third up and his fourth up, which he loves on Saturday as well. Let's have a look at the way he sets up and the rest of the runners in the second leg of the quaddy. Group 3, 1,500 metres. Some good quality black type races on Saturday. A fair strong tempo again. The conditions we think will be good. The bias we hope will be fair, but it could be near pace. Across the three key factors, we're playing reliability in this race. Which of the horses is the most reliable? There's some questions on some runners. Stage of preparations, which ones are ready to peak? And the 1,500 metres is quite a unique distance range.
OK, let's have a look at the market now for this second leg of the quaddy. And only 10 runners in the race, and that man Waller, he's got 3 of them, but one of them isn't the favourite. That's Kibita Devaka. It's the Gay Waterhouse Adrian Bot train. On top again, $2.60. He's put 5 wins together this time. Federal, well, look, chased him home at Rosehill Gardens last start. Second favourite there at $4.60. Mr. Seawolf, here's the interesting runner of the race. The ex-Irish importer, big watch from the Waller yard. Went up $11, smashed into $5, and this is Thursday night. So big watch there on Mr. Seawolf. Mighty lucky, never too far away this preparation at $9. Moa, well, we talked about that fresh form, but it has come back with the win since. But look, Mike, punters love a winner. That's what Kibita Devaka is. $2.60 on top for Gay again.
Yeah, it's an interesting market to look at though, isn't it? A lot of horses with positives and negatives, and the key factors will make such a difference for this race on Saturday. We've got to look at Kibita Devaka. He's got such a great racing style and he's absolutely flying. Rachel King out in the lead, setting a steady tempo for the first half, letting loose on the turn and getting a big margin, Stu.
Big margin, like so many Gay Waterhouse horses, just off and gone on the turn. You said margin, that's just a clear margin back here. Federal, we got Red Excitement down the outside. Don't know if they can turn the tables here.
Well, there is a weight swing on Saturday and there is an extra 100 metres, which could be a big factor in their favour, and I guess the leader did get a cheap first section, but he's flying. He won off a strong tempo first up. He won off a steady tempo second up. He's got such a great racing style. It's just so hard to knock him, isn't it?
It is. Strong win there for Kibita Devaka. Let's have a look at this ex-Irish import now. We're going back to a trial, Mike. The first trial in Australia. Good Project also featured. That's Good Project in the yellow hat. Mr. Seawolf in behind, trailing in the black hat.
What do you do with this horse apart from go on the vibes, Stu? He's got good English form, good UK form. He's in his right grade on Saturday. It's not as if he's a standout, but the vibes are good. He's going to group races in a couple of weeks from now. I think the Villiers, the trial was strong. The vibes are good from Waller. What else do you say, Stu?
Well, what else do you say? Waller's earmarked this horse for a potential Doncaster prelude, the Ajax into the Doncaster next year. So he's got some serious races in mind for this horse, and, well, who knows? That man can do it, Mr. Waller.
He's a big watch on Saturday for sure.
Let's get this race started. Who's got all the form coming into this, Mike? Kibita Devaka, surely.
Yeah, let's run this race and have a look. Kibita Devaka, yeah, but when we haven't got weight as a key factor, we include weight in the form rating. So that big weight turnaround for Federal puts him on top of the gold bar surprisingly as well. OK, and as we add in the key factors, the first one you said there, reliability. Who's a reliable pony? Well, Federal's sometimes questionable, not as reliable as Kibita Devaka. He's so reliable, isn't he? Moher, now that he's fit, he's a really reliable type. Most of the other horses have some question marks on them. They don't always put in their best run.
Kibita, the favourite, out in front as we round the turn to stage of preparation, Mike.
Yeah, he's at the peak of his preparation. He's firing Kibita Devaka. You can't knock him for that. Mr. Seawolf, he runs well fresh. Moa, fourth up, ready to run well as well. OK, so Moa sticking with Kibita here on as we come to the last key factor, distance as they cross the line. Yeah, those two horses again, both like it. Kibita Devaka and Moa, 1,500 metres, perfect for them at this stage of preparation. Mr. Seawolf right on his sweet spot. Mighty lucky, the extra 100 metres might be good, but he's not going his best, is he? He isn't. So it's Moa and Kibita Devaka. They're just making their runs together there. Mr. Seawolf just sniffing around in behind. So let's bring up these odds. It's time for a bet here, Mike. We've got to have a look. It's another one of those races, isn't it? We've got a Gay Waterhouse favourite, but look, the difference here, $2.60 seems the same, but look in behind. We've got Moa just there at $11, so real good each way value in behind. Mr. Seawolf's right there as well, but this gives a really good betting picture, doesn't it, Mike? These two are only a length away, then another length back, and they're 11 and $5. So could be betting around the favourite here, I imagine. Yeah, you've absolutely nailed it, Stu. You'll see that at home, $11, second top rater, so close to the top of the ratings for a horse at such big odds. it's pretty much case closed for the way that we do key factors. He should be a shorter price, we think. The form out of his last race isn't the strongest, but he loves Rosehill. We didn't even factor that in, did we? So Moa each way for us, he's the best bet. And for a value bet, Kibitsa Del Vaca will be around the mark, and you can't leave that Waller import out. We'll put them all on a Quinella.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see Mr. Seawolf, how he goes on Saturday.